go to your Preference Settings key, go to page 7, and make sure that if your machine has number 1, 2, 3 here for the color chart, that you change it by touching either of these arrows to Name of Color. Touch OK to close the Preference Settings menu. Now let's look at the new color sort. Touch the embroidery key, go to the new Contemporary menu, scroll down and choose Design 0.17. Touch Set to set it on the page. Touch the Edit key to open the Edit menu, and touch the Copy key. You'll need to move these two designs around on the page. The designs cannot be overlapping or touching each other at all for the color sort to work. Touch the embroidery key. You'll notice here that the designs have not been color sorted yet. Touch the Edit key to open the Edit menu. You'll find a new key here, and that's your color sort key. Touch that, then touch the Edit key again to close the Edit menu, and you'll see that now the designs have been color sorted so that it's going to show color number 1 on both designs first, and then go to color number 2 on both designs, etc. Pretty fancy, huh? This is awesome. But watch what else it can do. Touch Return to go back to our Edit menu. Now touch Add. Go to tab number 4. Choose a monogram letter. Use the smaller size in this menu. And set it on the design page. Move it out of the way of both of the other designs. Touch the Edit key here and your color change key. It will be fastest to get there if you scroll up and find the color brass. In the 64 color tab, choose lime green. It's located on the third column from the right, fourth chip down. If you choose leaf green, this won't work. So make sure you have lime green selected. Touch OK to exit the color change menu. Now let's go back to embroidery. Touch the Edit key and touch the color sort once again. When we close the Edit menu, you'll notice that now we have 3 lime greens in the first color change. That's because the machine was smart enough to know that this third design that we added also had the exact same color name as the other 2 in the first color change, and so it just added it in here. So you can color sort with different designs. It does not have to be the same design duplicated. That's awesome sauce. Oh, and there's another groovy new feature. Touch Return to go back to the editing screen. Notice that the applique key has been moved to the edit screen rather than the final embroidery screen. Instead of having to make the entire design or group of designs an applique, you may now apply the applique to individual designs. To do that, touch the design to select it on the design page, then touch the applique key. And you'll see that now the applique has been applied to just the bee. Or we can apply it to just 2 designs on the page. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Okay, touch the Home key to go back to the home screen. Touch the embroidery key and go back to the Contemporary menu. This time, choose design 008, the sun design, and set it on the page. Touch the edit menu here, and one of the new keys here is your save outline key. When you touch that, there is a distance setting here. The default is 0.0 millimeters, which means that the outline will conform exactly to the outside outline of the design. You can have that move in from the edge as much as 5 millimeters. We're not going to go that far in right now. You can also go out as much as 5 millimeters distance from the edge of the design. But again, we're just going to stay at 0.0 for right now. The IQ key here will save the outline as you have set it to IQ Designer. When you touch that key, you will get a message that says that you will be able to recall it from IQ Designer in the stamp pattern list, and it shows you a picture of the stamp pattern key. Touch OK. Now go back to the home key and let's go to IQ Designer. Now we're in IQ Designer. Touch the stamp pattern key and notice that you have 5 tabs across the top here now. It will default to the original outline shapes. But you'll have a key here that looks exactly like the key that you touched to create the outline, and that's where the saved outlines will be in your machine. You can save up to 6 at a time. The newest one will be added here as you go to number 7 and 8, etc. It will go here and will delete from the first design saved. Touch the outline that you want to use and touch OK to set it on the page. Go back to your Shapes key, and we're going to use one of the original shapes, but let's change it to just the fill option and choose the circle. Touch OK. Your circle may be black if you haven't changed the default color here in the fill settings. Now it looks like our outline of the sun has disappeared, but it hasn't. We need to resize the circle. So touch the size key and use the resize down using the aspect ratio key located here. Touch that. You can even see our sun design behind that. And resize it down until it looks like the sun's rays are coming out from the edge like petals. Touch OK to set that on the page. Now let's look at some of the new fill patterns. Touch the Fill Preferences key, and you have a new key here. Touch that, then touch Select. You'll be able to see all of the fabulous new patterns that we have for a fill. Touch 005 and touch OK. Change the color here to whatever color you want, but we're going to use a brown and touch OK to close the menu. Touch the beaker key here, then touch the circle anywhere in the circle to change to our circle fill. Now we want to change the aspect of the petals. So go to your Line Preferences tab, and we're going to choose the chain stitch. We're going to change the color to orange, then touch OK. Touch the beaker in the Line Settings menu, and now touch each of the petals there. Now touch Next. There's a new Preference Settings menu. You have your design page here, your preview pane here, and you can zoom in or out on the page. You can also select by using the arrow keys here. Make sure that you have the circle selected here on the design page. There are 3 new settings here. You can adjust the size of the pattern in the design by using this key. You can size it down to as much as 50% of the default size. Set it to 50% on your screen and touch Set. This next option is an angle option. When you touch that, you can adjust the direction of the fill on the page. Since we're just using circles, we're not going to adjust that right now. There's another setting here. Touch this tab, and you will see that you can have the outline of the area on or off. If you have it on, there will be a running stitch that goes around the outside of the fill. You can turn it off if you don't want that to be outlined. We want to keep that on for this project, so touch Set. Now we need to set the aspect of the petals. Touch the arrow key once and you'll see that one of the petals is selected. We could go through and adjust every single petal individually, but it'd be much faster if we could do it all at once, huh? Well, guess what? We can. With one of these lines selected, we can touch the link key here, and all of the same lines will be selected. Shows us here that we have a chain stitch set on there and what color it is. Here at the bottom are the size, so we can adjust the size of the chain stitch. Adjust that down to 3.0 and touch Set. This key will tell you how many times it's going to sew over the motif. So this will be a pretty heavy chain stitch. It will sew over each of the chains 5 times. So we're going to change that to 3 because we don't want that so heavy. Touch Set to set that on the page. Want to see what it looks like? Touch Preview and touch OK. Let's zoom in to see our creation. Touch OK to exit the preview menu. If you're not happy with the appearance of your design, you can touch Return, which will take you back to your preference settings, or touch Return again to go all the way back to your first page here in IQ. If you're happy with the settings the way they are, when you go to Preview, this key here will allow you to save a working file of your design, so that if you want to make changes after you've sewn it out, you don't have to start over. When you set it on the design page, you will get the message that it's converted to the embroidery pattern, and IQ Designer will be exited and ask you if it's okay to continue to embroidery edit screen. Touch OK, and you're ready to sew out your beautiful design.